Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Maybe you're even barely getting by making minimum payments. With credit card debt hitting record highs, National Debt Relief offers real debt relief solutions for people struggling to keep up. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy, and you may be able to pay back less than you owe, regardless of your credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe 10, 20, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living increases. To find out how much you could save, visit nationaldebtrelief.com. That's nationaldebtrelief.com.
I'm Tad Flakey.
I'm Lilibet Flakey.
And this is Pointless Global News. On today's show, a lifelike remote rotating dildo is being recalled for safety concerns.
Then RFK Jr. is at it again, only this time it involves a dead raccoon.
Next, I'll tell you about a water-filled vacuum cleaner running for mayor in the UK. That story later. But first, Ann Summers, which is a lingerie and sex toy store with locations throughout the UK and Ireland, has issued a recall on a product over safety concerns about its use. The retailer is known for selling a range of saucy items for various bedroom-related uses, from the relatively vanilla up to the more, let's say, advanced. Among them are the kind of vibrator which is remotely operated, whether that's for better ease of use yourself or having a partner controlling the levels. But one toy, which is designed for this purpose, has now had a full recall issued for a slightly alarming reason. A recall notice says that the product does not meet the requirements of the general product safety regulations in the UK. And let's be frank, if you're buying something with the intention of it being around your more delicate areas, then safety is pretty important. But what's the issue, you ask? Well, it's that the toy, a lifelike dildo with a remote vibrating feature, poses a risk of injuries as it is possible for parts to detach during use. And let's face it, if things are falling off while you're pleasuring yourself, that's probably not a good sign. Now, Ann Summers has warned customers who purchase the item called the remote rotating dildo to stop using it immediately. Ann Summers is also offering a full refund as well as 20% off another purchase for customers who bought the product, or they can choose to exchange it for something else. And of course, it is no longer available to buy either in the store or on their online shop. In a statement, Ann Summers said, "Customer safety and product quality are our highest priority." The dildo measures some 6.5 inches long and was sold between September 2025 and March of this year. But the remote rotating dildo is not the only product currently affected by an Ann Summers recall. Another product, according to their website, is the thrusting ring rabbit vibrator, which also has a mechanical issue, which could result in detaching. This recall added that it presents a potential risk to anyone using the product as intended. Thankfully, it doesn't go into ways that the product might be used unintendedly, but I digress. Customers are advised to stop using the product and to return it to stores or by shipping for a full refund. In both instances, Ann Summers also advised customers who bought these products that they do not need to have proof of purchase to get their money back.
They need to do a little more product safety testing. I'm sure that they would probably find that okay.
True.
Right?
Yeah, it's probably some second-party vendor they get it from.
I'm sure.
So they're only finding out because they probably didn't have any kind of a input into the design of it.
But they still need to do some testing of the product.
That they do, yeah.
Well, a new biography of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is shedding light on a series of personal and unusual moments from his past. Is there anything else in his past except unusual? Including an incident in which he documented cutting off a dead raccoon's penis during a family outing. The book, RFK Jr., The Fall and Rise, written by investigative journalist Isabel Vincent, draws from dozens of sources, including private journals Kennedy kept in New York City between 1999 and 2001. These journals, which were updated daily, were later shared with Vincent following the 2012 death of his second wife, Mary Richardson Kennedy. According to the book, the journals were held by Mary as leverage during their divorce, which had not been finalized at the time of her death at age 52. She died by suicide on May 16, 2012, at her home in Winchester County, New York. The new biography comes as RFK Jr.'s podcast launch was ridiculed as critics said their ears will bleed while listening to it. Vincent's reporting issues the journals to paint a detailed picture of Kennedy's personal struggles, family tensions, and long-standing interest in wildlife. One entry dated November 11, 2001, described Kennedy pulling over on a highway while driving with his family after spotting a dead raccoon. I was standing in front of my parked car on I-684, cutting the penis out of a road-killed raccoon, thinking about how weird some of my family members have turned out to be, he wrote, reportedly reflecting on strained relationships with his brother Douglas Kennedy and cousin Bobby Shriver. My kids waited patiently in the car. Vincent told people that Kennedy took the animals' genitals so he could study them later. The account adds to a series of stories involving Kennedy's handling of animals and roadkill. His interest in wildlife dates back to childhood, including a moment when he presented a salamander to his uncle, John F. Kennedy, in the Oval Office. He also developed an early fascination with falconry and worked at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. You have to understand, Bobby wanted to be a veterinarian as a kid. His after-high school job was at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., Vincent said. So he's got a great love and interest in animals and a freezer full of roadkill, I'm sure, where he studies it. In recent years, additional claims about Kennedy's behavior with animals have surfaced. During the 2024 presidential campaign, and after joining the administration of Donald Trump as Secretary of Health and Human Services, reports circulated alleging that he dumped a dead bear in Central Park, beheaded a whale, and ground up baby chickens and mice in a blender to feed hawks. The last claim was made by his cousin, Caroline Kennedy, ahead of his Senate confirmation hearings. Kennedy has also addressed his interest in roadkill publicly. I've been picking up roadkill my whole life. I have a freezer full of it, he told reporters in August 2024. Beyond the raccoon incident, the book details other aspects of Kennedy's personal life, including alleged infidelities. According to Vincent, his journals describe a system in which he tracked and rated women he slept with on a scale of 1 to 10. The biography also notes Kennedy's past association with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell was reportedly friends with Mary, and Kennedy flew twice on Epstein's private plane. Well, I'm glad they didn't say, although I wonder if he has consumed any of the roadkill.
He claims he has an adventurous appetite, his exact words.
So there you go, okay?
Yeah, he's crazy as a road
Enough
lizard.
said on that subject.
Exactly. Finally, a water-filled vacuum cleaner designed to remove spills and stains is hoping to become the first inanimate object to stand for election in the UK. Its name is Swifty, and it's making a push to become a mayor. The electronic upholstery specialist has put forward an application to stand for office in the Riverside ward in the Spelthorne local elections on May 7th. It is campaigning on a platform of supporting the residents and volunteers who look after the borough day in and day out. This bit of meaningless comical madness is happening, not so coincidentally, in the town of Staines. That's right, that's the name of the town, Staines, in the UK. During the Taking Care of Staines mayoral campaign, Swifty will be giving back to the community by offering a helping hand to any local charities, community groups, or organizations that require it. According to the application, Swifty is committed to delivering on campaign pledges by providing free cleaning equipment and squads to be utilized by local community projects or organizations. The Clean Squad will be out and about across Staines, laboring wherever they're required. Whether that's sprucing up a communal garden, giving the community activity hall carpets a thorough cleaning, or any other type of cleaning that the vacuum can handle. When the task's complete, all the equipment remains with the community group. Swifty's mayoral campaign manager, Ben Fogg, said, "We were inspired by seeing the amazing work of the Spellthorne litter pickers and wondered if we might be able to do our bit. We have our tools and the manpower to help with any cleaning or tidying project inside and out, so just get in touch." Meanwhile, Tom Leather, I love the names here. Tom Leather, who's the director of Swifty's parent company, Ryobi, said, "We're based just 20 minutes up the road, so we're really like neighbors. When we heard about all the great community and cleanup initiatives in Staines, we wondered if we could help. That's what neighbors do, isn't it? Lend each other tools and an extra pair of hands." Swifty isn't the first non-human candidate in elections. Back around the year 40 AD, Roman Emperor Caligula nominated his beloved horse for a seat in the Roman Senate. And then there's our non-human President Donald Trump, who somehow won election last year. So I guess it's possible Swifty, the water-filled vacuum cleaner, could win as well, but, neither one really has any reason to have won, so who knows?
Well, if I had to choose between Swifty, the water-filled vacuum, and Donald Trump, I'd vote for Swifty.
Hands down, definitely the better choice. And that's going to be a wrap for another Pointless Global News. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Tad Flaky.
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
Stay pointless, my friend.